Alright, let's get this started. My name's Spencer. I'm 28, divorced, 2 kids to my previous marriage. Haven't seen them this time's been a bit over 12 months. It's difficult to talk to my ex-wife about it, but it's what it is. Came to terms with realising the fact that I don't have the money to take her to court to try and get visitation. And more than likely I'll be waiting until they're old enough to make a decision for themselves to want to have contact with me. It hurts every day. I don't think about them. Constant reminders with photos, their birthdays, handful of videos and I took with them. A couple of times that my mum and dad got to spend time with the kids and myself. My current partner and I, we lost our child from miscarriage. And I don't know how to talk about it with her. I don't know how to open up about it. I'm gobsmacked. It's not my first time. But it's the first time that it's hurt to the point I've blocked it out. A bit over a year ago, I had a work accident where I had a 15.5 kilo lump of steel. I think that works out to about 30 pound, roughly, give or take. Get shot out of a jaw crusher, a mobile jaw crusher. And hit me in my head. As you can see, that line on my head is where it hit me. A bit over 20 odd staples in my head. And I wasn't wearing a hard hat because they weren't given to us on site. So I'm currently on workers' comp and had a few issues arise when I went back to work. I got changed to a different location within the company, doing a different role. And I had somebody get physical with me. I'd made a promise with my partner that she'd been with the company before myself. I made a promise that I wouldn't cause any waves, I wouldn't throw any punches. And it just got to a point where it was unsafe for me to be at work, contemplating suicide with everything. The doctors, the original lawyers that I signed on with, deemed that it would be well within my best interest to not go back to working for that company. Now, granted, I don't have a problem with the owner of the company at all. He and his wife have been absolutely fantastic with my partner. She's been with the company for a bit over 3 years. However, the fact that I haven't had a weekly pay in over 3 months now has really started to dawn and stress me out to the point I've really become distant to a lot of people. I've become very bitter. Dog in the background. I don't know how to word it anymore. I had this mentality where I would go out with a group of friends or with a partner to, say, a shopping centre. And I was relatively calm, always on edge, but now I'm on edge 24/7 and I can't turn it off. Now, I struggle to go out and eat a meal at a restaurant with my partner without wondering if I'm not going to wake up tomorrow. With all of that being said, I've been put on meds. And to an extent, they help. And the problem is now, if I don't take these 2 pills at night, I don't go to sleep. I've been fighting taking these pills for 12 months, give or take. Mainly because not many people can tell, I actually don't have any teeth. For 7 years, dealing with toothaches, back pain, and a few other injuries, I became very dependent on painkillers. When I had my teeth removed a few years back, I made the decision to not take any more painkillers. And that was an issue when I first went to hospital with it, with the injury. And it's been an issue in itself where I'm in a lot more pain than what I let out. Like a lot of people that have gone through similar situations to myself, one of a couple of choices are made. One of which is usually they go down the road of going and taking any pill they can to make themselves feel better. I didn't want to go down that path again after 7 years of taking copious amounts of painkillers every day and going to several different doctors to get different scripts and different meds. Trying to fill a void. Now that void is kind of been dealt with. But the problem is, I've become a shell of who I used to be. Decided to start doing a bit of a video diary so that I could get it out there. I've tried sitting down and writing it. I've tried talking it out with, I see a psychologist every 3 weeks. I can't talk to my partner about a lot of my problems because I don't even know how to word them. I've spent so long trying to deal with not being able to trust anyone. When I got hit, and I've still got the lump of steel, it's sitting in my shed as we speak. I'll probably throw a photo of it up in the video when I edit it. But I questioned how I survived. And there's a part of me that wishes that I hadn't. Being alone throughout this has put me in a position where I feel vulnerable. And I don't like it. I don't like having to depend on someone for help. I don't like having to put my problems on someone else. I've contemplated suicide before all of this, but I don't think I've been at the extent that I am now. My partner seems to think that I don't want to be with her, which isn't the case. I love her more than anything in this world. Next to my son and my daughter. I guess one of my biggest issues is remembering everything. I can close my eyes and I can remember when I got hit in the head. I can remember when my son and my daughter was born, being in the theatre. My son was an emergency cesarean. My daughter was a choice that my ex-wife made to be a cesarean. And I can remember cutting their umbilical cords. I can remember their cries. I can remember being petrified of changing my daughter's nappy because all I saw was my ex-wife. I can't explain that much more than that. My marriage didn't last very long. I was with my ex-wife for 3.5 years in total. And 9 months of that we were married. I don't have any ill wishes towards her at all. I can admit that I'm angry at the fact that she wants to be bitter in the aspect of me, of not allowing me to have a relationship with my son and my daughter. But that's not going to do anything to anyone. She's had another child to another person. She's currently pregnant with someone, with another person's child. And I wish her all the best. And at the same token, I look at the situation that my current partner and I are in, and we're not able to have that child, and there is a part of me that, even though that there are medical factors to consider in regards to my partner, that there is a large part of me that blames myself. But I'm so focused on the fact that I'm still alive, and I don't know how. I didn't know how this was going to turn out. I've been contemplating doing something like this for a bit over 3-4 months. And I guess a glimpse into the madness that I go through every day. The paranoia of going and walking out the front door and not knowing who's going to lash out at me, who's going to have a problem with the way that I look, who's spying on me for the insurance company, who's spying on me for my employer. I've had people knock at the door. I've had people throw punches. I take it in strides. I've built a reputation where a lot of my friends know that I'm more than happy to go to war. And not rat on anyone. I pride myself on the fact that people can trust me. Problem with that though is they know that I'm willing to go to that extent. They know that I can turn on being the asshole within a split second. And I'm tired of being the asshole. I'm tired of being the person that people can phone and know that I will drop everything. And I'd come running and I would throw punches and not even think about asking questions. And know that I'm not gonna dob or rat on anyone because that's not how I am. I've prided myself on the fact that I can deal with all my problems myself and I'll help everyone else out and put myself last. From that, I developed the nickname in high school of Spanner. And that name has stuck like a flight of shit. It has stuck. But at the same token, I'm still sitting here wondering what it all means in the end. You know, when I take that final breath. I've spent my life with the choice that if I'm still breathing, I can still fight. And that's kept me alive through living on the streets, from dealing with separation between my ex-wife and myself. From the time that I took away, where my current partner and I had separated for a few months. However, I'm so tired of having to be that person, to put that don on that mask and be what everyone else expects me to be. I can't be who I am behind closed doors in public because it's a vulnerable side of me that I'm petrified of, that I am intimidated by, and I don't like being intimidated. I don't like being the person that walks through a shopping centre and will point out every security camera, every exit, every possible weapon that could be used around me, and every weapon that I could get my hands on if I needed to. I walk through a shopping centre and I'm sizing people up of who's more than likely going to start. And I'm tired. I'd like to be able to just go and sit down at a restaurant and have dinner with my partner and be able to enjoy the time. But I can't switch that off in my head. Because for the past, I don't know, 10, 15 years, I have developed this persona that people expect. And since getting hit in the head, it's kicked into overdrive. And it's as though every day I'm in that fight or flight mode. And I take myself out of situations so I don't leave the house. Unless I need to. And in order for me to leave the house, I have to take meds. In order to be able to be sane around my partner and her family, I'm having to be medicated because I can't control. Everything has intensified and I don't know why. But I'm tired. And I just want it all to end. And I know suicide's not really the answer, but that doesn't stop me contemplating. It doesn't shut that voice up. It doesn't shut that broken side out. And I don't know what to do. So I keep taking these meds. I try and give myself a couple of tasks to do throughout the day. It never really works out. I struggle to remember to eat. I struggle to remember to take a shower. And people can judge me all they want for it. And they can try and call bullshit, but I had a shower yesterday and it was the first shower in about a fortnight. I got used to having a shower maybe once a week, once every couple of days. But then I was working so much that I put the job before myself, and now I don't know how to put myself before anything. I now spend most nights sitting in my shed watching documentaries on my laptop. And I have to remind myself every night to take my pills. Because if I don't sleep. It's beyond an insomnia. Psychologist seems to think that a lot of this stress is the fact that I haven't had money coming in, so that would be part of the problem. But I don't think that addresses it enough. It's all fine and dandy to say that, yeah, okay, he hasn't got an income, but it's not going to fix this. So I'm doing this. I'm going to try and do one every day to remind myself that it's okay to be raw. It's okay to vent. It's okay to hurt. A lot of people still struggle to cry. I struggle to let that out. I've done so throughout this whole video of fighting everything. Because I don't have anyone to lean on. I feel as though I'm in my corner on my own and I'm having to motivate myself. And I don't know if I can anymore. I've lost that drive, that passion. So for me, this is a first. This is me being open to everyone. And I know, and I'm expecting people to lash out however they want. But this isn't for them. If I could give anything to anyone, it would be that at some point, something has to give. And you can't be afraid to take that leap. So this is me taking my leap of faith. This is me in a nutshell. I probably won't do a lot of editing to this video because I don't think I really want to. I think letting people see the stuttering, the lapse of being able to put word to mouth, to being able to articulate, and me having to force a lot of my articulation. My bad posture, my smoking, the dog in the background. Absolute beautiful dog, an absolute gorgeous companion throughout the day, apart from the fact that he snores worse than me. Come here. Come here. Come on here. Come on. Come on. Come here. Keeping the light off because it's fucking hot outside. And he's being a pain in the ass. Oi! Both. No, come here. Come here. What have you done? Fine and dirt. Who's that? Should be a red Rottweiler. 3 years old. An attention whore. What is it? So yeah, so this is video 1. There's many more to come. I'm going to stick this up. Maybe start putting a bit more of a format, so to speak. This is just a Diary to the Madness Part 1. I think that's a appropriate title. My name's Spencer, and this ends Part 1.